Please confirm the audio once. Am I audible and visible to all of you? Please, okay, cool. So please comment in the box. Great. So how are you? How was the performance in the first CAT, the first All India Open CAT? No, not on Facebook. All right. So today I also attended the mock, and I think 8 to 9 answers were already known to me. But apart from that, so I did something today. The name is Rohan. My name is Abhishek actually. So I attended by Rohan's ID. And as you can see, the scores that I have got, but this is something which you don't have to aim at. You have to aim at somewhere around 99 percentile. No, it's not Rohan. Rohan की ID है. Attempt मैंने किया था because my ID मेरी ID से हो नहीं सकता. I cannot attempt the mock. All right, all right. So tell me, how many of you got above 90 percentile overall? And today the agenda of this discussion is basically how to approach the mocks in an expert way so that we can aim towards 99 percentile. And I'm hoping at least 70% of syllabus is already over of all of you. 91, that's great. And how many of you are not taught by me? You are from some other institutes or self-preparing? Cool. Okay, now tell me something, how many of you have completed at least 70% of syllabus already before attempting this mock? Now I am going to tell you, when I start the paper of CAT, be it the real paper or be it the mock, what do I do? So I'll just go to the question answer section here. So what I did, now how would I try to achieve 99% at least? So I think you guys should be noting the points down. The first thing that normally happens throughout CAT, I will be trying to attempt 15 questions of VARC, 10 questions in LRDI, and 15 questions in Quant. That will be the first target that we have to achieve. All right, is that clear? So the first 15 questions, let's start with VARC. First 15 questions can be done in two ways. Out of 4 RCs that are given, normally 2 are moderate. One can be easy, cannot be easy, one can be difficult. That is what we have to choose. Apart from that, there are 8 VA questions, out of which 5 are almost always doable. So when I look at this paper, you can also share a strategy. See, so the first passage comes to me is this. Now, before reading the passage, what I do, I read the questions. Okay, so I think you should note this down. We should start with reading the questions. The first question is, author is primarily concerned with discussing. Primary concern. So basically, we talk about the main idea question. This is a main idea question. All right. And looking at the options, economic models, why they are unrealistic, how they are made, how enforcing contracts at national economic issue, how institution building helps in creating sensible economic policy. So basically, if you can see, all these options, there are no 2 options which are similar, isn't it? Are you understanding this part? All 4 options are entirely distinct, entirely different. So if we actually start doing this, we won't be confused. Is that clear? The main problem with RCA is that there are two options which are very close. Please tell me in the comments if you're getting that. So looking at question 1, I think I should be attempting this. I look at question 2. As used in the passage, institution all rage. Bad for economy, very popular, full of rage. Increasing, wow. So all the questions look like doable. Question 3, second paragraph is primarily concerned with. The second paragraph is primarily concerned with. That is what we are looking at. Question is not visible. Well, are the question visible to, is it invisible to all of you? You can just open the paper in front of you. I think all of you have done it. So make two windows in which one you can see me and when you can see the questions. The third question is, second paragraph is dealing with what? Again, that's a doable question. Question number 4, purpose of building economic models. Okay, so looking at these 4 questions and looking at the options, now I am sure that all the options are totally distinct. Okay, are you writing this point? So note the first point today. First point is, when you read the questions and all the options are distinct, they are not similar. In that case, that is the first thing that we have to attempt. Clear? Is that clear? I'll just try to reduce the screen brightness. Just a minute. I hope the questions are clear. Tell me in the comments. Visible now, right? Okay, cool. So the first point that you have to note down, and tell me if you have noted it down. So first, looking at the first passage, you read the questions first and read the options also, and that we should do it very, kind of a bird eyes view. बहुत जल्दी करना है ये काम. So you read a question and look at the options. This will take you 20 to 30 seconds each. That means in the first maximum one minute or 1.25 minutes, you'll be able to read all the questions as well as the options, and now your mind is ready to go ahead and solve the entire passage. Clear? So I will not be solving the passage here. The agenda is not solving because all solutions are provided already. I think you have already gone through the video solutions. Yes or no? So this is the passage which we need to do first. Clear? Note it and do this in the second mock. Alright? Just tell me in the comments that the first take home lesson is clear to you, because we are just 4 months away to CAT. And now we should think about how to score maximum. Cool. Okay. Now coming to the next one. So out of these 4 questions, we are aiming to solve all of them correctly, but let's say we solve only 3 correct. Coming to 5th. The question has changed. The paragraph has changed. So the first line, Albert Einstein remarked, God is subtle. Pura nahi padhna. Not malicious, material world, he thought unpredictable, but not impenetrable. So this sounds like something, scientific. Okay, look at the questions. Which can be concluded from the above passage? theories are useful for human beings, mistakes are essential, science origin share crucial, scientific history. See, first option talks about scientific theories, how they use for human beings. Second is talking about mistakes in scientific progress. Third talks about science and religion. Fourth talks about scientific history and hypothesis. So automatically we are sure that all these four options are totally different and we won't be getting confused. Let's look at the next question. It's a contextual vocabulary question. Directly they have asked, kiska matlab kya hai? God is subtle but not malicious. Alright. So this is something which, of course, we cannot just read the options because these are the kind of questions in which we have to read the passage. Question 5, doable. Question 6, can be doable after read the passage. We'll go to question number 7. Which statements about Freeman Dyson can be inferred? Freeman Dyson, a particular person, unka mention yahan pe hua hoga. So these kind of questions are direct data-based questions, and from the given data we can infer certain things. First was scientific ideas were bizarre. He thought of nuclear power generation as useless. His seemingly strange ideas could find application 2015. He thought global warming as a ridiculous hoax. So basically all these four options totally different. The first talks about his bizarre ideas, second is about nuclear power, third is about his discovery was useful in 2015, fourth is global warming, entirely different options. Of course we can solve this. Coming to next one. Which of these points author trying to make through Charles Darwin in the last paragraph? This can be difficult, but looking at the after reading the passage we can definitely get it. Hero worshipping. If it weren't for Darwin, Mendel would have left the profession of science. Theory of evolution is exaggerated. A scientific genius can also commit mistakes. All right. So options are different. We can of course do that. Question number 9. Gist of passage. Now this is a bit philosophical, so I would rate question number 9 is hard. This is something which probably we might be getting it wrong, right? How many of you got this wrong? Question number 9. I think a lot of people must have got this wrong. By the way, you know what? When the content team was making the paper, this first option is a quote, and it's a quote by me. I love this quote. Anyways, so this can be a difficult question. Coming to question number 10. Which of the following is analogous to the incident discussed in the paragraph 1? Okay, so this question, let us read the first 2 lines of the passage. One day in 1995, a large, heavy, middle-aged man robbed 2 Pittsburgh banks in broad daylight. He didn't wear a mask, any sort of disguise. It looks like a very interesting story. So when something it looks like a very interesting story, after that they must have talked about either psychology or business or crime or something like that. So I feel somehow that if it is a story, it is doable. But at the same time, now we are sorted with first 2 passages, isn't it? Out of first 2 passages, we are thinking that we will get 7 right of the 8 questions. The one can be difficult. So before jumping on to third passage, I will try to solve the first 2. Once I have solved it, and in reading the entire passage, I'll take 3 minutes, and there are certain questions which can be solved while reading the passage, isn't it? That is the best part about CAT, that you have the passage and questions simultaneously in the split screen mode. So while reading the passage, I can answer. So one passage can be answered, and if you're not able to do that in this much time, you need to practice more. In 7 to 10 minutes, we are supposed to solve one passage. 7 to 10 is maximum, and 7 is the ideal time. How many of you were in this range while solving the first 2 passages? 10 minutes for first, 10 minutes second. We have 20 minutes already. They have gone. 20 minutes are left. So I would not like to jump on the third passage. I just directly would like to see the passages and then move on to VA questions because they are standalone questions. Is that clear, all of you? So I'll directly go to question number 13, where I have a new passage. Phrenology has an old-fashioned ring. It sounds like it belongs in a history book. Filed somewhere in bloodletting. This looks like, from the words, that this can be a difficult passage. It looks like that. So now I am sure that I will be going to VA directly. Okay, going to VA. I'll tell you what, fill in the blanks or paragraph completion is going to be the easiest one. it will be easiest one. All right, the easiest one. We'll do question number 17. Of course, we'll do that. Coming to 18th. 18th is a para-jumble question, and this can actually be confusing. So I tell you what, do not try to attempt the para-jumble questions in first go. You should leave it. Clear? So we are doing the paper in 2 stages. Stage number 1, where we can solve things easily. Stage number 2, we will come afterwards. And if there is stage 3, which rarely happens, we'll talk about that later. The mock analysis is available for everyone. Naman, it is given in the explanatory solutions. Okay, look at this. Look at this. View solution. If you click here, you'll get the entire solution. See, in the textual format. If you click at the video solution, there will be I or some other faculty member might be coming, and they'll explain this to you in form of videos. Okay, Arvind, Naman, and everyone, you can just access that. But today, what I'm doing, I'm telling you what had to be done. And based on what I'm telling you, you should sort your strategy for the next mock. I hope you're writing things down. Para-jumble should be left in the first stage. Have you noted that down? Right? Please tell me in the comments. I'm noting these points down. Para-jumbles should not be done in the first stage. 19th. Odd one out. Odd one out are a bit easier than para-jumbles. You can attempt them. But in the first stage, do not do that as well. Neha, in the first stage, you should do this two passages, 2 RC passages. And few VA questions. So, para-jumbles, odd one out, we won't touch in the first stage. Coming to this 20th. Summary, we'll of course do that because summary questions are easy, and summary questions are done in such a way that whatever important keywords or events are discussed, all of them should be discussed inside the options. That will be the best choice. Para summary. Now we have again para jumble, and now we have a fill in the blank. So out of these 8 questions, 4 questions were doable in the first stage, and this will be, you won't be taking more than a minute. Okay, so let's say 4 questions you have done and 1 minute in looking at the questions, 5 minutes here, 20 minutes there. In 25 minutes, you will be able to cross the first stage. Cool. Dipansh, I think I just told you how to select the easy passage. I think you joined late. You can just rewatch that. Tell me something. Is the first stage clear to all of you? In first 25 minutes, we have approached 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 questions we have approached, and let's say we got 10 correct. Clear? We have to do 5 more. Cool? Now, the 2 passages that we had left for the first stage, we have 15 minutes left. Still, we have 15 minutes in the VRC section, and the 2 passages that we had left, we already know the crux of it because we have actually gone through the first few lines and the options. So, tell me something, let me check your smartness. One passage was about this, the story, a man goes and robs, and then there was phrenology, something like that. Which one would you choose? And this is where you will make or break your chances of getting into IIMs. Vipul, we'll discuss all the sections, don't worry. Well, so tell me something. Which one would you choose? The phrenology one or this robbery one? Whichever you choose, now you will spend 7 to 10 minutes in that. If you spend 7 minutes, you will be able to solve 1 para-jumble or 1 odd one out. If not, you will be able to solve this passage. So all in all, you will be getting 13 to 17 questions, the robbery ones too. Exactly. Good. That's a smart choice. So you would have touched close to like 13 to 17 questions in totality. And this is what is expected from you in the second mock. Clear? Neha says second, realized after mock. All right. Perfect. So I hope, now tell me something, would you be, now you have to promise something, then the next mock in the iCAT mock 2, I would expect 90% of you will be able to solve 15 questions of VARC. Just make a promise and let's go to the LRDI section. Look at this. Even I did one wrong. I marked 4213 as 4123. It happens. Silly mistakes can be there. Cool. Understood all of you? Surely you will do. Perfect. That is what I want. Going to LRDI now. In LRDI, I was able to attempt 17 questions and I got all of them right. By the way, as I said, we will be focusing on attempting 10 questions because that is where you will cross 98-99% automatically. Okay, so this is the section which will actually make or break your score. Of course, Moksha. Exactly. That's what I said. After that, you'll be having 2 to 3 minutes. You can solve 2 pages or odd one out. You can do that. Now, this one. This is something which is considered the most difficult section. Of course, it is because it's a low scoring section. 10 सवाल कर दोगे, you will cross 99 percentile. Chinmay, that means you did all of them. Try to maintain the accuracy. Well, so here in the first 5 minutes, I have to choose what has to be done. If I fail that, the moment I cross 5th minute, I'll be stuck. Okay, so keep this in mind. In the first 5 minutes, that is 5 minutes maximum. In the first 5 minutes, you should choose what has to be done. Okay. Harish, yeah, that happens. You get stuck. And moreover, this is not a test of ego. Okay. The test of presence of mind. So if you're stuck at some question, बोले नहीं आज तो मैं सब करके ही रहूँगा, मैं तो तोप हूँ, ये हूँ, वो हूँ, मेरे सामने सवाल कुछ भी नहीं है. Do not think like that because you'll be stuck and you will totally ruin your score complete 1 year, which happens with a lot of people every year. I have seen them. Do not take things on an ego. Be very practical and very result driven. Okay. So in first 5 minutes, I have to choose the sets. Certain number of people sit in a row. Row में बैठे हुए हैं, ये arrangement की बात हो रही है. Now I know. Linear arrangement की बात हो रही है. All facing north, no vacant seat. All that stuff is there. From the left end, person sitting in alphabetical order. ठीक है. 3 people sitting up here and up in. At least one. ये वो. I can see 10 different conditions. Wow. To understand these 10 different conditions, I would take 3 to 4 minutes. Look at the options. How many are sitting in the row? 20, 28, 20, 24. इतने सारे लोग हैं. There's so many people. So, you know, understanding, analyzing 10 different statements in a sitting arrangement, and after that, the number of people are so, you know, it's so high. Look at question number 2. यहाँ वही चल रहा है. तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं पहले स्टेज में ये सवाल नहीं करना चाहूँगा. That is what I feel. And how many of you actually solved this set first? I'm sure you must have got stuck here. People, yes, that I'm telling. So whenever we have a question of linear arrangement or distribution in which we have more than 5 conditions, always keep in mind more than 5 conditions. मतलब सीधी सी बात है कि you have to do it in the second stage. Are you noting this down or not, all of you? In an arrangement or distribution based question, if you have more than 5 conditions, you should leave it for the second stage. Okay? Directly going to the next one. कमाल की बात, यहाँ 6 सवाल है यहाँ पे. ठीक है, काफी स्कोरिंग है. No worries. Looking at this. Children in a colony have different hobbies among reading, sketching, playing. Information is given. 3 hobbies 4%, no hobbies 3%, 1 hobby 60%, 2 33%. Okay, cool. इनकी हॉबी 3 है. Clearly, it is a question of Venn diagrams, isn't it? Vishal, that was a smart move actually. So here, अब 3 लोग 3 तरह की हॉबी क्या हो सकता है? कोई बंदा कुछ भी ना करे, कोई बंदा कोई एक चीज करे, कोई 2 चीजें करे, कोई तीनों चीजें करे. And that is what is given in the this pie chart. And then after that we have a bar in which reading is given, sketching is in, playing is given. So automatically the first thing that comes to my mind is I will draw a 3 sets diagram and mark it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I think it will be how many? A to F, there'll be these much demarcations, G, H, H. These demarcations will be there, and we'll make equations and put in the conditions which is given over here. क्या बोला है? Reading hobby 20%, तो sketching playing कितनों की होगी? Once you have made those equations, and the best thing about this question is that it is majorly calculation based. It is majorly quant based. It is all about algebraic equations. So automatically my mind would say, I would not go to the next set. In LRDI, we do not have to waste our time. The moment I see this, I am thinking, okay, this is my set. This is what I'm going to do. And if you have solved this, एक बार डेटा लिख लिया आपने इसका, ये डेटा लिखने में 2 to 3 minutes लगेंगे. After to solve every question, you will take just 30 seconds or 40 seconds each. 7, 8, 9, 10, and all of them will be correct. I think a lot of you must have got all of them correct. Yes or no? We got 5 equations, and just by rearranging them, we got all the answers. देखो, तो हुआ क्या? We spent 1 minute in deciding that we have to leave the first set, and then in the next 5 minutes we have solved one complete set. Let's say we took 7 minutes. Okay, so in the first 5 to 10 minutes we have already done 4 questions, and after, always remember this thing. I can tell you, I can basically I can claim that in all the CATs, all sorts of CAT papers, you will get one set like this. क्लियर? याद रखना, जिंदगी में हमेशा जब भी कैट दोगे एक सेट ऐसा हमेशा आएगा. एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सेट्स विल दे बी? दे विल बी मेजरली फ्रॉम समथिंग व्हिच हैज lot of quants, lot of equations going in. Those are the sets which has to be done. So in the first 7 minutes we are already sorted. Let's say we took 10 minutes in totality and we are sorted with 4 questions. We have to do 6 more to cross 98 percentile. Okay, the next set. This is okay. We have a pie chart, and this talks about there are different people who are giving bribes in 6 different departments through cash. This can be a bit complex than the previous one, but of course this is doable. Why? Because it has already got equations. See, we have x and we have percentage. So if we just mix them up, we will get something like an algebra question of linear equations. Yes or no? A question which will be from linear equations chapter of algebra, something like that, plus few percentages. एक बार करना पड़ेगा, बट बात ये क्वांट में स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. यहाँ पे every set has more questions. So if you, let's say you spend, I'm saying you spend 5 minutes in making all the equations and going through everything. Once you have done that, you will take 30 seconds each in solving question 11, 12, 13 and 14, because all of them are basically numbers and they can be calculated. Till 15 we are done. Isn't that cool? 7 to 15 we are done with. That means we have already done 15 minus 6, 9 questions correctly, and by this time you would have spent 20 to 25 minutes. अब मैं ऐसा क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? It's 25 minutes because calculations are lengthy. ये assumption है कि first set आपने छुआ भी नहीं है. The moment you touch the first set, you will be stuck and you will waste 15 minutes of your precious time. You got it? 9 questions are sorted. Let's say we did not get everything correct, but still we have 15 minutes. This is about 8 persons are there, born in these many years. They are driving some bikes. See, this is a set in which some logical reasoning is also there. At the same time, quant is also there. I can see things like 3 times the age, born between the 1, age is a multiple of 4, it's an odd number, there's a prime number also, sum of ages is a perfect square. Wow, so these are things which we have done. Perfect squares, prime numbers, this, that. Automatically, we know that this set is complex because it has distribution At the same time, calculation also, we have 15 minutes with us. Cool enough. 9 सवाल ऑलरेडी हमारे हो चुके हैं, बचे हैं 15 मिनट. इस 15 मिनट में अगर हम ये वाला सेट करते हैं फ्रॉम 1620 वी हैव 5 क्वेश्चंस. बहुत है 15 मिनट. वी विल बी एबल टू डू ऑल ऑफ देम करेक्टली. बट लेट्स से अब 6 छोड़ के, 20 में 6 छोड़े, 14 क्वेश्चंस वी हैव अटेम्प्टेड एंड आई एम श्योर दैट यू विल गेट एट लीस्ट 12 करेक्ट. At least 12 correct and 99% is sorted. Great, Vishal. That's good. So, the people who have got low scores in LRDI, tell me something. After listening to all of this, do you think that if you use your mind properly, you would have solved 10 questions easily? Yes or no? The main thing is choosing the first easy set. Once you are done, you get the mileage. You are, all aggressive. Okay, I have done the first one correctly. Now I am totally confident, and definitely after that, things will be good. If you start something bad, it will just linger on. Which happens, somebody told me that he was stuck in a set and he lingered on, but then he had to come back to other sets. He could solve 8 questions. But let's say, if he did not do that, you would have solved 14 questions, isn't it? Dipansh, of course, 4th set. First set has to be left. Look at my performance. This is my performance. I have left the first set. इसमें भी मैंने क्या किया है, 4, 5, 6 कर लिए, first, second, third किया ही नहीं. So I had, of course, I am quick because I have been doing this from last 9 years. तो ठीक है. तो इन 6 में जब मैंने पढ़ने लगा ना इन लोगों को, तो मुझे 4, 5, 6 का ऑप्शन मालूम पड़ गया, ये आंसर होगा. फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड में और मेहनत लगती, and I did not do that. I got 17, all of them correct. And I'm hoping that all of you can get 10 to 12 correct. Now you have to promise me that in the next mock, all of you will be doing 10 questions correctly. And in case, of course, after the session, you might be having some issues, some certain things in understanding. You can tag me, send me messages on the group. That is possible. But you have to just make a promise, and we're going to quant. Shraddha, that happens. Chose the first set and wasted time. This happens. But the first mock, don't worry. अभी बहुत सारे mocks और बचे हैं. And step by step, I'll try to have an analysis of all the mocks. And I'm also, kind of waiting so that you also somehow be on my page, and then we will be doing some real cool analysis. But right now, you just have to understand what has to be chosen, what has to be left. Cool. Coming to quant, the last one. All right. See. So I'll share a strategy. The thing is, 70% of syllabus is complete, which includes algebra. You know what? Algebra is considered to be the most difficult topic, but at the very same time, algebra is the most scoring topic. Either you know it or you don't know it. In arithmetic, even if you have solved 500 questions on time, speed and distance, still there will be some kind of problem that there can be a question which can actually make you stuck, isn't it? This can happen, right? But in algebra, you either know or you don't know. Now, assuming that all of you have gone through a CAT training, so of course all the syllabus is over, and always get your algebra sorted. Get your algebra sorted. Ab dekho how I did it. Question number 1, I saw it's geometry, I left it for the second stage. Arithmetic, left it, second stage. Third, this is algebra. Either I know this or I don't know this. लेकिन क्योंकि हम सब पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं, हमने सब कुछ क्लियर कर लिया है, तो we of course know this and we'll solve the question. Algebra, sorted. And this is a lengthy calculation. This will take 3 minutes actually. Arithmetic, left. Arithmetic, left. Algebra, very easy question. This can be done just 30 seconds. 30 seconds and this will be done. 2 questions are sorted in the first 3.5 minutes. Okay. 3.5 minutes. And I'm taking the maximum possible time. 3 मिनट पहले क्वेश्चन में लिया था मैंने algebra के, 30 seconds यहाँ पे. 3.5 minutes. This is algebra, sequences series, a very easy question. This will take you not more than 50 seconds. Let's say 1 minute and 4.5 minutes, 3 questions are solved. The next one, it's arithmetic. This one, geometry. This one is basically permutations, combinations. This one is geometry. This one is arithmetic. We have one more algebra. This question, if you know the concept, this will be solved in exactly 10 seconds, not more. Exactly 10 seconds. 4, again 5, all right, 6, 7. There are 7 questions from algebra. 7 questions from algebra, and we will take a combined of 10 minutes in solving first 7 questions. That will be our first stage. Is that clear? And out of these, we'll be able to solve at least 5 correctly. जिनमें एनालिसिस लोड नहीं हो रहा, ये आप एक बार ग्रुप में डालना, they will do it. That's a tech team who can do it. So now is it looking some kind of doable that in the first 10 minutes we are able to solve 7 questions, right? And by looking at the questions, we saw some number system question also, the 2 number system questions. This one, 22, this very easy question, you'll solve in just 10 seconds. Combining algebra and numbers, we had 10 questions in totality. Now, in first 15 minutes, you would have solved 10 questions if you choose algebra first and if your algebra is sorted. Do you believe in that? Condition is there. Algebra is sorted. Algebra पूरा पढ़ लिया आप लोगों ने, questions कर लिए हैं. So do you think this is doable or not? 10 questions, 15 minutes. Let's say 20 minutes. Let's say you did 10 questions in 20 minutes. अब ठीक है, out of which you got 8 correct. That means you have already scored 22 marks. You have to get 5 more correct. Now you have entire arithmetic and entire geometry. You should go for arithmetic first. RBS Studios, exactly. If you start preparing CAT from right today itself, tomorrow you will be able to crack. It requires, if you can spend, let's say, 8 hours every day, then 4 months are enough. Okay, now we are coming to, so first stage was algebra. If there is numbers, that is second stage. If there numbers are not there, then second stage would be arithmetic. And arithmetic, all of us know. And in arithmetic, nobody is sure that how many are going to solve. नया कोई बात नहीं, algebra होने वाला है. I'll be taking that. Okay. How many arithmetic do we have? 1, 2, 3. अच्छा एक बात बताऊं मैं arithmetic में क्या करना है. देखो एक बात ध्यान देना आप. This is arithmetic and this is very small number of words. You have to solve it. Of course. Arithmetic, few words, you have to solve it. Arithmetic, a lot of words are there. Even options are not given. Theta question, isko solve pehle mat karo. Clear? So when you start the second stage in which you are doing arithmetic, always try to solve the questions which have less number of words, because that is going to save some time. Note this point down. And this is applicable for arithmetic questions because they can really be lengthy in terms of question framing. Tell me in the comments that you have noted this point down. And moreover, time, speed, distance and time and work. These 2 topics are there. जिनके questions काफी complex, difficult and loopy हो सकते हैं. Those are the questions which we should be doing in the afterwards. First, we'll be doing questions which have less number of words from percentage, etc. or ratios, averages. Just tell me in the comments. Be quick. छोटा है, टीटा है, तुरंत करना है सवाल को. बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है. You can do it easily. Okay. the fourth question which we will be doing percentage का है. Fifth, very easy. Sixth. So overall we had 7 questions from arithmetic and which can be done in next 10 minutes. So by this time you would have attempted around 19 questions and must have got 15 correct, and that is the time where you have already cracked that 98 percentile. And the best part is that you still have 10 minutes left. In these 10 minutes what you have to do, you have to solve the remaining questions of time, speed and distance, time and work, and permutations and combinations. Clear? So after listening all of this, tell me something, how many questions of quant do you think are doable? And one thing more, you don't have to attempt the entire section, don't do that because there are a lot of accuracy issues. So I am thinking that you can touch 18 questions and get 15 correct if you follow this strategy. We won't talking much, look at the video solutions and plan your next mock accordingly, and once we meet in the second mock analysis, then all of you should be telling me, and you know guys, I am proud of you. So you should be telling me that sir, we have done 10 questions from LRDI, 15 from quant, 15 from VARC. That is what your target is for the next 2 mocks. Promise me that, and here I'll take your lead. And tell me if this is going to help you. Of course, you'll have to first implement it and think upon this and try to solve this mock again with the way that I have told you, and after that you tell me that does that help. Alright, there are no comments coming on what happened. Let's make it interactive. All right. So once you have done that, the different things which you can do on the mock platform. See, this, you can see the box is overall analysis. Here you will see that your target percentile, result, left to achieve a target, all India rank, because I gave it out of the window, so automatically I could not get a rank. It was before Sunday. Algebra haven't started, no worries. Before second mock, it will be done. 1 negative marks, your accuracy, overall percentage, the percentile and scores. After that, look at this. So you can analyze your marks in different ways. This is complete scorecard. You can do it section wise, VARC, you can do this. See, you get everything, reading business economics, it was moderate, easy. So you'll realize that how much time you're taking and which is your strong point, which is your weak point. You can just choose the sections, okay? LRDI, similarly you can choose quants, and you can get all the details of all the questions. After that, topic wise also there. In topic, see, reading comprehension, verbal ability, logical reasoning, these are topic wise. You can do that. Subtopic wise also there. In VARC, there are a lot of subtopics. Business economics, inference based questions, main idea questions, and all this is there, okay? You have to go through it, and that's what our entire team has done, our tech team, the content team, and of course Indrajit sir. So we have worked really hard on this, and in the last 1 month I have not taken much classes of yours. I know that because we all were busy in this, but of course the classes were happening. I could not be there. We did things and we have come up with such a nice interface that even I am falling in love with it. It is so easy. This was not in my time. Difficulty wise, see, distribution of questions, oral analysis, easy questions में आपने कितने सही किए, कितने गलत किए, moderate में, difficult में. This comes under the first block, okay? Vishal, that's right. For geometry question, that is the reality. Okay. Now, this is question answer, which I have shown you already. This is where we're analyzing. This is the leaderboard. Now, this is the outsiders, not the entire India. This is This is basically the two ways in the radar charts or in the bar charts. Whatever you like, you can do that and look at what you have done. And the B schools that you could have cracked, depending on your scores, it's given over here. Of course, before giving the CAT, before attempting the mocks, you have to write about your graduation and everything. You also have the strategy for VARC, different topics for LRDI and for QA as well. So you can go through the suggestions how to improve and you can do that. Then this is the, leave this because this is basically the marketplace. Then we have error tracker. So when you analyze your questions like here, when you analyze that, here you will write, okay, correct, still confused, or you will say, okay, I took more than usual time. All these things will be combined and all of them will be coming at the error tracker end, and here you will be able to summarize your entire thing, that how many questions I did not make much mistakes. So this is not a proper diagram, but depending on what you have done, and you will see time taken, difficulty, kitna tha, solution, the average time taken by all the test takers. For all the questions, you will be getting that. The next one, it's analyzing all mocks. Now only one mock has been done. So when you're done with 2-3 mocks, all of them will be appearing here. And you can actually compare your performance with the previous mocks as well as with the toppers mocks. This is basically mock comparison. Only one mock is there. There'll be more once we do that. So here you can select the mock, iCAT 1.0, overall, or only in VRC. So all of this will be sufficient to get a proper analysis, and I'm sure with this, the kind of interface that we have made and the kind of classes that we are doing, at the same time the kind of determination that you guys have, if these three things are mixed, all of us, as I told you, we can't increase the number of seats, but of course we can increase the competition. Think about the scenario where all your friends who are studying here would go to particular IIMs. ऐसा लगेगा ही नहीं कि iQuanta से you have gone to IIMs. There are 10 to 12 people from the same batch and that is something which I would be expecting from you guys. So promise me that, and let's meet in the next class. Thank you.